All right, guys, in this episode, Alex from Ridgeline is going to be talking about the AR-15 reload.
Hey guys, Alex from Ridgeline Defense, down here in sunny, windy Loosedale, Mississippi at the Turkey Fork Tactical Training Center. What we're going to go over today is multiple target engagements. Multiple target engagements are really good to work just getting yourself used to shooting at angles. It's also good to work, as I call it, a poor man's mover. Okay, so all we're sitting here is being able to track these flash sight pictures of the target, moving left to right, right to left, or whatever. It's not so much about just coming into a room and trying to burn down a bunch of targets as they sit ducks in a row. It's not typically how things play out. But again, the visual speed here is going to be the name of the game. So in order to the points of performance here, they're going to set us up for success. The first thing we want to do, and I'll do this whenever I hit a room and I hit my point of domination, what I want to do is get my toes opened up. All right, by opening up my toes and keeping the target sort of between my toes, all right, what this does is it allows my hips to swing naturally as I traverse across the target. If I turn them inboard, you'll see, if you try it, you'll very quickly start to bind in your hips and in your trunk, all right, as you try to traverse across your target array. Keeping those open makes it a lot more natural to drive across. Now, typically, like when I was coming up, what I was taught was you always want to lead with your eyes, and this is true, but to a point. What you'll see is guys will typically be taught they'll snap up on target, they'll shoot, they'll look to the next target, they'll drive. They'll look to the next target and drive. And what happens is the mentality of the shooter is such that they're behind the power curve. They're trying to make up that speed in those target-to-target transitions to sort of match your split times. But what you'll see, the problem is, when you do that and you feel like you're behind, you try to drive it with your hips and with your trunk, right? And you'll typically overdrive the gun past your next target. You'll have to settle it back into the hit zone of the target you're trying to address. What I want you to do is what I call ride the recoil, okay? So I am gonna use my eyes, I'm gonna lead with my eyes, but however, what it's gonna look like is as the gun detonates and it recoils, instead of waiting for it to settle, full follow through on that target, I'm gonna compress my fundamentals and under recoil, drive it to the next target and plant it. So it shoots, it recoils, it drives right back, it plants, it shoots, it recoils, it drives right back, and it plants. All right, this will feel a lot more natural. You won't feel so rushed to get the gun to the next target. All right, so what that looks like is this. When I come up on target, again, I snap, I get my shot, and I immediately drive under recoil to the next target. Again, snap, under recoil to the next target. If I was to snap my eyes and then bring the gun to it, what can happen sometimes, and I threw that all the way off the right side of the target towards the 3 o'clock, because we overdrive the target trying to make up that time and keep those splits. Versus letting the gun naturally reset to the next target as we're tracking it. You do lead with your eyes, but you're not waiting. Compress that follow through, right, so you're ready to take it to the next target. Additionally, as we move across, you'll be driving your hips, right, to get further and further across. The one thing I want you guys to notice that when I shot was I did not shoot and dip my gun and represent. It goes straight from, and all that movement's coming from my hips as I bring my hips across the target. All right, the last thing I want to talk about with multiple target engagements is how to train them. So when Kyle Lamb first came out with the 1 through 5 drill, one of the things he said was the reason he developed it was to get guys out of that mindset of coming in and shooting 2, 2, and 2. All right, and what's happened is that guys try to like PR, all right, or max their 1 through 5 drill and have a number to it faster than their buddies, is they'll get on target and they just lock in, all right? And it's not about being able to move and keep that cadence, it's being able to lock on each target as fast as they can to get their hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, locking on each one. What I would prefer to see you guys do is be able to track each one, make deliberate shots, keeping your splits, and that's the way to the promised land.
Trigger Time TV is brought to you by HORUS Vision, Bravo Company USA, Hornady, Cheaper Than Dirt, Car Arm, Magnum Research, Thompson Auto Ordnance, Desert Tech, Elite Iron, the Neomag, Really Right Stuff, True North Concept, and Peltor.
We would like to dedicate today's show to the men and women of the United States military and law enforcement, the people that stand in the gap and keep our country free. God bless America.